Donald Trump has outsmarted all of us. He's played the entire world with the most complex plot since Ocean's 11. I mean, people often refer to him playing like 4D chess, but why stop there? Because the game he's playing enters dimensions that aren't even known to mankind. I mean, this is the multiverse come to life. He's the war in Iran and the war in Ukraine now look like that Spider-Man meme where they're all three pointing at each other. All because Donald Trump has outsmarted everyone. Or, I want you to think about this one. Could it be that Donald Trump and his cabinet have absolutely no goddamned idea what they're actually doing and are continuously one step away from pushing us all to the brink of World War III, while a trafficking ring comprised of the world's most powerful people is being feverishly covered up? And while one weak man, Donald Trump, wants to single-handedly ruin our democracy. I'm not sure which one it is. I'm leaning towards the fact that he's probably an idiot. Because on Saturday, the President of the United States posted on Truth Social that he has beaten Iran, quote, both militarily, economically, and in every other way. He declared Iran totally decimated. He said he's destroyed 100% of Iran's military capability. And then, in the very next sentence, he acknowledged that Iran can still send drones, drop mines, launch anti-ship missiles, and they can keep the Strait of Hormuz closed to tanker traffic indefinitely. Back to back. And that's where we are 2 weeks into the Iranian war. This is the war that Trump rushed into, by the way, and he announced major combat operations, we know, on March 1st with no exit strategy, no coalition, no definition of victory, no goals. And from CNN's reporting, a national security team that significantly underestimated Iran's willingness to close the Strait of Hormuz and the resulting risk of a global energy crisis. They didn't plan for it. They didn't plan for the Hormuz closure. The thing that every military analyst, every energy economist, and every person who's ever looked at a map of the Persian Gulf would have told you that that was Iran's single most powerful economic weapon. The Trump administration fired the people that have told them that. They replaced these career analysts, smart people, with loyalists. And this is just the predictable, documented result. Trump posted, hopefully, China, France, Japan, South Korea, the UK, and others will send ships to the area. Hopefully. Trump doesn't know, and he announced it as if it were happening. He named a coalition that hasn't even agreed to be a coalition. Iran's foreign minister responded by saying Trump was, quote, begging others. That's not journalistic framing from somebody else. That is a direct quote from our enemy about our president, and he's not wrong. That's the crazy part. France, they did say that they're preparing a defensive mission. The UK said it's their decision whether or not to help us out. Germany asked us to not distract them from Ukraine. So far, no one has said yes. And meanwhile, we're sending thousands of additional American troops to Iran in a war that we say is over. We're sending a Marine Expeditionary Unit capable of ground operations. And the man ordering them in cannot tell you what winning actually looks like. Meanwhile, a month ago, gas was $2.92 average nationally. It's $3.56 right now and climbing. Oil, over $100 a barrel. The U.S. Energy Information Administration projects $4 a gallon at the pump by May, and we may even see over $5 at some point. Trump promised to lower gas prices. He bragged about it constantly. And then he started a war. He ended cheap gas himself at the end of February. If you want to keep covering all this, if you want to keep following all of the coverage we have, do me a favor, hit subscribe, hit that notification icon. You will be notified every time we cover all the stuff that's going on in Iran. Russia has been providing Iran with intelligence on U.S. troop locations, warship positions, and aircraft movements since day one. Reporting from outlets like CNN has confirmed it. Western intelligence officials confirmed it. The drone that killed 7 American service members in Kuwait on March 1st, U.S. intelligence believes Russian targeting data contributed to that strike. Russia also provided satellite imagery from its overhead surveillance network. And last week, Western intelligence officials confirmed Russia is giving Iran what they called specific advice on drone tactics, swarm strategies, flight path variations, methods for defeating air defenses. Where did Russia learn all of this? In Ukraine. 4 years of war using Iranian-designed Shahed drones against Ukrainian civilians and infrastructure. They refined these tactics against our own weapons systems. And now they're teaching those tactics back to Iran to use against us. Meanwhile, Ukraine's doing the exact opposite. Ukraine sent drone interception specialists to Gulf countries this week. 11 nations formally requested Kiev's help countering Iranian Shaheds, these drones. Ukraine knows these drones better than anyone alive because they've been defending against these Russian drone swarms for 4 years. They know the flight paths, the jamming vulnerabilities, where the gaps in the air defense systems are. Zelensky said it plainly, that Russia started supporting the Iranian regime with drones, and they will definitely help with missiles and is also helping with air defense. That is plain language. Yet on Thursday night, Scott Bessent, our Treasury Secretary, lifted our sanctions on Russian oil. All Russian crude loaded on tankers as of Thursday, free to sell, no sanctions exposure, all the way through mid-April. The stated reason? Stabilize energy markets, aka gas prices are too expensive, Trump's not popular enough, and we've got to bring the prices down. But what does that actually do for this war? More money for Russia, who's supporting Iran. They're already making 14% more per day on oil revenue since the war started. $588 million a day in oil and gas. The sanctions relief narrows the discount on Russian oil and funnels more money directly into Russian war budgets. War budgets that they're going to use against Ukraine and they're going to use to help support Iran. Zelensky thinks that Russia's going to end up with like $10 billion more. And it's going to spend that money directly on weapons, according to Zelensky. We know that Russia's providing intelligence and drone tactics to help Iran kill American service members. But because Trump is panicked over gas prices, he has to lift sanctions on Russia, which gives Russia more money and more ability to help attack American troops in Iran. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. He promised to end the war in Ukraine on day one. Day one. That's still going, and we're 2 weeks into a war in Iran. And Iran is being supported by Russia. And Russia's going to make more and more money. We don't need Russiagate anymore. This is out in the open. We are now paying to make sure Russia can help Iran kill our troops. It's absolutely a shame. Doesn't it seem like our feeds are getting filled with more and more BS right-wing MAGA content? It's no secret that all these top tech bros are in love with the current regime, so it's no surprise that independent left-leaning media is being squashed by the algorithm. If you like our content and content like us, it doesn't take long to click that thumbs up, share, comment, or subscribe. So please help us keep the truth alive.